Hey, and welcome back to another Animal Crossing video. Today we are going to be designing a house for Miss Molly here. So I had you guys vote in the community tab of whose house we should design. And you guys voted and Miss Molly is the winner. So she wants a tiny publishing house. We will also be doing the community video tomorrow. I will be showcasing all of your designs that you've created for Molly as well. This is something we do weekly on the channel where we pick and design characters' houses. So look forward, if you couldn't make it to this one, we'll have other ones to look forward to as well. So now we get to choose which house Molly is part of. So she has a publishing house. This is kind of a stupid reason, but I kind of like this one because if she needed paper, trees make paper, and there's a bunch of trees behind her, but I don't know if that's a really ridiculous reason or not. I kind of like the idea of this one, but I feel like that would be for something more grand. If she's looking for something tiny, we would want like a tiny spot. So because I like the amount of space we have, I will be going with this one. Seems like a lovely spot. But yeah, this is something that I love doing and I love seeing everybody's designs. We do post them in Discord, but you can also use the hashtag Weekly Paradise Post if you decide to join in. Here we are on the vacation home for Miss Molly. I'll leave it to you. So I'm very curious. I don't know anything about the publishing industry. So this is actually quite a fun challenge where I'm not really sure what the best way to go about this is. I feel like maybe she has some setup stuff to take pictures, or maybe she reads a lot outside, and then on the inside we can have her more focused on the designs themselves. But why don't we get a little sign outside, shipping boxes, because maybe she's shipping out some books, and it would be kind of fun to have some kind of reading area outside. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, because if it does rain, that is a little weird. But I think it might still be kind of fun. Let's pick which house we want for her. I think this one is cute because it's nice and small, and it's on the beach technically, so we'll go with this one. I low-key love making the houses kind of look like the animals that they're based off of, so I feel like having that color roof matches her hair, and then she could have like cute little gradient orange for her beak and yellow for her face and stuff. It would work really well. And then she does have blushy cheeks, so maybe like a little pink door would be appropriate. A professional looking door. That looks good. We'll go with that. Ooh, there's different color wreaths now. I do feel like this wreath is the most appropriate for her, so we're gonna add that one on there. Or perhaps she would have a welcome sign instead. Yeah, just like that. Perfect. I kind of wouldn't mind her house being kind of off to the side, but the problem with some of these areas is they're very limited with space. I tend to shove all the houses on the left-hand side, but today I'm gonna put it on the right. We'll have all of her shipping boxes over here near the dock, but not on the sand because we don't want them to get wet from high tide. And then we can use this kind of newspaper decoration since it's a publishing company. Maybe it's a bunch of little articles of her published books. Okay, so I have a bunch of stuff kind of thrown everywhere. I liked this archway because I feel like we can probably stick this in the back over here. Kind of have it be like a decorative piece for being really welcoming towards whoever's coming by. I have a couple of other random things back here, but I thought this cart would be kind of cute because it's kind of like if you're done with your materials that you're bringing over to ship, she has her little like packing and shipping area. I grabbed this donation box because I think this is kind of in a way cute where it's like, oh, I want to donate to my favorite author. The fountain I grabbed just because I thought it would be nice as like a piece of artsy decor. I'm not really sure if it'll work, but I'll put the red for now and see how that looks. The topiary, again, that's another thing that really can only work on the grass itself, so I might stick it just back here to kind of fill out the space where all the shipping boxes are for whenever that pickup happens. But it is nice how they're angled kind of over on that side. I did find these really beautiful. Again, another thing that I'm like, I'm not really sure what the point of it is. It's maybe more just decoration, but I do want to make sure that there is room for the cart to get by. So we'll just have the cart right over here. I'm guessing that this particular fountain is not going to work. Maybe this little well would do well. Unintentional puns. That was pretty awful, I'm sorry. I think this one does actually work. I think I actually like the bricks better with the brown. It kind of fits the vibe a bit more. And we should make a little bit of a path here. I'm going to be using my custom design paths, which I have that I think would work, or maybe just sand to kind of show where the indentations were of where they walked in the sand. This is one of my favorite sand paths, and I'll be sure to post the design code in the description if you guys are interested in it. And here we go. I feel like that sets a good stage as to where people would be coming to drop stuff off. And one other thing we could do is move this little cart to be in this little spot right here. And perhaps get like a little cozy chair. Ooh, she likes that one. So we'll grab this chair and just put a soft pillow. There we go. And so I'm going to grab the stack of books, which is over here, to put on the shelf. And we'll turn them around. They're going to look backwards, but it makes more sense with this room as to why they would be over here. And then we can put the actual magazine on the table next to the chair. I am going to grab some fencing. And what we can do is kind of block off this section a bit more, like that. And then we can grab the bookshelf and just scooch it behind the wall so it looks a little bit more private. It's kind of like a little private area. The nice thing is that also gives us some room to get some cozy little bushes for in front of that fence right there. I don't want to overdo it too much with all of the stuff on the ground, so I think I'm actually going to leave it to be pretty plain in the front. But it's nice because you have the shipping boxes for all her published books that she can ship out. You can go right up, it's very open and inviting, and then you have a little reading area to test out some stuff back here. But yeah, I think this works pretty well. So let's go on inside and work on the inside. So we have our 3 necessary items right here. Interesting with the filing cabinet. I'm gonna make the room a little bit bigger just because this filing cabinet is super large. So we'll go with an 8x6. I don't want to make it too big because she did say a tiny publishing house. I feel like tiny should definitely be emphasized, but she'll have her little workstation over here with some magazines on top. I will change the color of this. I think the gray is way too dreary looking, so for her, I think the white will work really well. I'm gonna just basically shove down a bunch of fun stuff and we can organize it afterward. Let's go check out our flooring too, so we can find something that's kind of cozy. For her, the terracotta flooring will be really nice, and we can put some nice rugs on top of it. I think this rug is really cozy. So we're gonna have a little reading area over here, and this is the office space. So we'll separate these 2 sections into 2 different areas. So her official working space is on this side of the room. She'll have all of her knickknacks and little things she needs in order for her to be able to take pictures. Maybe they're for the cover of her book, unless we can find another color. The pink's kind of nice. Something to kind of change it up and give her a little bit of color in the room. We don't want it to be like miserable. Nobody wants to work in an office that's miserable. She has her computer in order to get her books published on Amazon or wherever. Okay, so this wallpaper is really dreary. We need something that's a bit more cozy. A small publishing space. I almost want to give her the wood knot wall, or we could have one side be more like industrial brick looking. So it's like that's the office space. And then when we get the partition to separate the rest of it, this is her cozy living space over here, where she doesn't necessarily have to worry about all of the things she's working on. I do think that this ceiling piece does need to be pushed over though. There! That way it's like her workspace versus her living space. I kind of love how crowded her workspace is too. Get her splash of pink in here. She has to have something fun. And here's where we can have a lot of fun over in this corner spot right here. So these bookshelves are absolutely a blast to use because you can also use them as like wall pieces or like barriers. So we can kind of give her her own private library on this side. And since we can't hang anything on these walls over here, this is a really good use to just cover that entire wall with something that's a little bit more interesting to look at. And get her some nice couches to kind of sit and read at. Maybe she has like her and her editor over, or somewhere that they can just kind of relax and read books together. We're gonna bring this natural square table back because it's a nice pop of color and she really likes it, so that's good. And I think having a ceiling fan over her office space and then having a light in the reading nook will be really nice, so she can be comfortable while she's working and also keep her computer cool if it gets overheated, and have a nice reading light in there. Also, one of my guilty pleasures is putting plants everywhere, so we're going to add a little plant in this corner. And I do think it would be kind of fun to have a couple of wooden boxes in here to kind of, maybe it's all her paper supply that she just has too much of. Yeah, there's this like old vintage sign on it, kind of be like, oh, there's some paper in here. Unfortunately, I don't think I have scattered papers, but I do have a homework set, so that could work. And of course, something that I think is important for every writer is a wastebasket so they can throw away everything they're unhappy with, which seems to be a very common trend A lot of ideas, but none of them quite work out the way you're thinking they are. We do need something on the walls here because otherwise it is a little bit plain. So we're gonna go into our wall section. So I think the cabinets would work out really well in her office space where they're just kind of up pretty high, but they're full of some goodies. So we'll get the pink one to kind of go with her pink office area. And then what we can do is have the plant right over here to kind of fill out. It's a bit longer, so it's nice that it has a little bit of a longer space. I do think we need something very large on the wall, so maybe this wooden plank sign could work, and we can just create it to be white or have white lettering. It matches the plant trunk, but also complements against the wall. I think this is really good. I'm pretty content with this. I don't think we need to add too much. We don't want to go overboard, especially since it is a tiny little publishing house. Having her little reading area where she can have meetings and also her workspace to get all of her stuff done, I think this works out really, really well. So let's talk to Molly and see what she thinks. It's ready. Aw, she looks so cute. She fits the room really well. Aw. Yeah, I like the separation of work and leisure. Although she's probably working while she's over there too. Oh, that's a great shot. Good job, Happy Home Paradise. I always love when they just go behind the weirdest stuff. Perfect. There we go. She's in love. Perfect. She can get her work done and just really enjoy her space. I don't know. I think it's really cute. Let's try to get a picture real quick. Let's walk around as if we were in this space. So we have our camera looking up at the shelf with some books and other things. We have her office supplies and her workspace over here with her cabinets and all her books. Pretty helpful, pretty well, it's semi-organized, but you know. But then on this side, we have a nice sitting area with some comfortable couches, and they have the pink accent wood pieces for the legs. You have your big grand bookcases because if she's publishing books, I'm assuming she does read a lot. She has her posters, which potentially could be maybe her favorite authors' autographs or something. That would be kind of a cute. That was my idea behind it. And she has her little kind of throwaway area, but overall, I think this build came out very, very cute. I love the floor type. I love the way the office itself looks, and I think this is what we should focus on for our photo. Just like that. Perfect. And we'll take one more gander outside. Going into our handheld mode, we can wander around. You can see all of her shipment boxes for her publishing stuff. She has some nice little sitting areas while she's waiting for shipments, maybe if she was eager to wait outside. And we have Molly in front of her house. How cute. This is what it looks like from the outside, but when you go in here, we do get a nice sitting area. So it looks really cozy back here. Sit and enjoy some magazine reading or just some other nice weather-related stuff. But yeah, I think this came out really, really cute. I'm pretty happy with it. As much as I usually like the outside more, I think this house design shines with it being inside. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of our weekly Paradise post with Miss Molly. We will be having the next video out tomorrow, so look forward to that. It'll be super good. It'll showcase all of your designs. So if you guys want to be part of it, we do this every week. You're more than welcome to submit your designs either by using the weekly Paradise post hashtag on YouTube, Instagram, or Twitter, or you can join our Discord in the description, and we have a specific room for our weekly post. But I do want to say a quick thank you to all my patrons and members. You guys are the best, and you super help me out with all of my fun little shenanigans that we do on this channel, so I really, really appreciate all of your help with everything you do. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you guys so much again, and I will see you on the next video. Bye!